Don't make the mistake of thinking you know what your customers want. Research your industry. How do you do this? The market. It's super important to look at the stuff and constantly reassess, because if you don't, you'll be left behind. In terms of marketing strategies, we're not looking for multi-million-dollar productions with drones and hip-hop stars and all that shit. The best place to start is literally...
Time to get fired up. Yeah, I'm getting fired up.
Your thoughts can become plans, plans can become actions, and actions become a reality. We share powerful stories and simple steps to fast track your business and personal growth. Are you ready to make it happen? Let's get fired up. Do you ever wonder why some businesses do well, why others fade away? Why some move faster and easier than their competition? It's not just luck, it's doing your market research. Today, we're going to dive into why understanding your market and customer is your secret sauce to your business success. Stick around to learn how the right insights can make or break your next idea. So the problem is that businesses think they need a marketing specialist or a team to create the presence and offer to get their customers. The truth is you don't. The ability to use simple AI tools to search and select outsourced specialists and do pay per task or pay per project. And you can even just develop authentic content direct from your phone. It's easier than ever. Today, we're going to cover the 10 basic yet fundamental areas you need to address and understand to build your business. If you don't include this as part of your business plan, I promise you will slowly and costly take your business to failure. If you do address these and you do have a clear plan in place, you'll be equipped and prepared to know what your business is, how to market it, and what your customers need from you. Once we cover the things you need to know, we'll be pointing you to the fired up resources, templates, and guides to help you simply put this together. We've got an exclusive Facebook group where you can get the support and sounding board from like-minded people. You can request to join in the links below or contact us via our website for direct coaching options. So let's get into it. You need to define your goals. Identify your target market. Now, this is really important because you cannot just sell anything to anyone. You need to know exactly what you've got and exactly who needs it. So do the research to identify the target market which you are applying for. The more niche you can get this, the better your success rate is going to be. Where do they live? What do they do? How old are they? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? The most important thing that you can drill down to is what is the problem that they have that you can solve. Whether that's the product or service, you need to find out what that is, because as you go into putting the marketing content out there, you're going to put that into 3 separate areas of buckets, which are to educate, inspire, or entertain. And you see big companies doing this well. We all see that, and that's a brand awareness being pumped through the TVs and socials and everything else. But what people really want is that niche, specific relationship with you and your business that will actually do the work well, and then you can build that raving fans base as well. In terms of defining your target audience, so demographics, psychographics, behaviors, that type of thing, it's some of the quick ways to do this is first start with friends and family. Have conversations with people about what do you think the problem with this is. Some of my coaching clients at the moment working in the trades businesses, everybody needs trades. Trades have been around forever. And I'm asking them questions like, okay, so why are you different? Why would we pay you to do it as opposed to somebody else? What does your brand look like online? Why is your product better quality? And all of these things come into play. And, I talk to people in my businesses is around recency and frequency. So you'll actually find that people who have a subpar product who market it really well will sell more than the person who's got a great product. So we need to be thinking about that and delivering that content in front of the eyeballs of the right customer at the right time. So when the thought pops into their head, I need this product now, I need this service now. Who was that company we saw the other day? And they should be putting you at top of mind for it. I would also put in create detailed buyer personas. And what that means is that you're actually creating a character of your ideal customer. And the more you can narrow this down, the better that your success rate will be as well. So think about actually designing a person or creating a character. For example, that might be, for my business, it might be a 35-year-old male who's been in the business for 5 years. They're doing 500,000 in revenue. They've got 5 or less staff. That's my character. They live in Queensland, Australia, or they live in Australia. What else? What would their problems of their persona be? They don't have a marketing plan in place. They don't have systems and tools in place. They don't have a structure which is actually going to enable their business to grow through kind of efficiency and optimization and systems and process. Because otherwise, it's just you physically working harder and harder and harder to actually do the work from the customers who have found you to do the work. So we're going to dig into that a bit more in this episode and in future episodes, because as you design the personas and you get a clear understanding of your market and you start to build out that offer, now it's about packaging it together. As I said at the top of the episode, you don't need a marketing team. You don't need a marketing specialist. If I wanted to run an ad campaign 10 years ago, get ready to pull 50K plus out of your pocket for graphic designers, web developers, TV, production teams and everything else. Don't need it anymore. And that's actually not cutting through the noise that's out there in our space at the moment as well. You all see it in your social feeds, one after another, one after another. So what we're really looking for is authenticity and a relationship and a connection to that brand or business. And then once you get that customer, you over deliver on the service and experience like no one else can do. Because what you're creating from that is a whole bunch of advocates and fans and supporters who are going out and talking about your business. These are the sales volunteers in your team. And that's what we actually are trying to cut through, because otherwise it's just a lot of it feels like marketing and noise. But when you go and talk to your friends or family and they say, hey, I just had a plumber at my place. This is the name of the company. They turned up on time. They did a great job. The price was reasonable. The follow-up was great. Now I'm going, okay, well, I'm going to use that person, or I'm definitely going to talk to that person and see what they can offer me. Because what's the other alternative? You go to Google, you type in plumber, 1,000 results, 1,000 paid ads, 1,000 promises, 1,000 stories. But what I want is social proof. I want the recommendation for somebody else. 2024 is the easiest time to start a business and actually create marketing content and everything that you need to get your brand out there and get your story out there and get your offer out there. AI in particular is so simple. The whole concept of AI is actually removing the skill requirement to get the things that you need. Think about ChatGPT, for example. I can jump in there and go, write me a 1,000-word essay on heart surgery and the complications in the modern world with dealing that. How would you have done that historically? It's just not possible. So that's there. It's free. I can go to resource platforms and find anything from a video creator, content editor, web designer, product developer. It just continually goes on. So we are in very much an easy space to bring this stuff to life. Point number 3, research your industry. So you need to be really close to industry trends and growth projections. You need to identify the key industry players and market leaders. How do you do this? So obviously there's some basic stuff where you can search through the internet, look at blogs, look at news, see what's happening in the market in terms of new products coming through, what might be coming down the line in the future as well. Look at your competitors. Don't worry about competitors. Competitors are great. Competitors tell you there is a need for what you're offering. You don't need the whole piece of the pie. You just need a little piece of it, right? So I was at lunch with my friend the other day. He's a plumber. And he told me that the number of plumbing companies on the Gold Coast in Australia it's a huge number. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's literally in the hundreds. But they are jam-packed busy. So there is plenty of business out there. You just need to carve your niche based on that demographic and research. Get down to the specifics of what you are actually offering and get that in front of the right people at the right time. When it comes to not just your industry, you need to look at, well, what is the kind of content that my consumer will consume? What is the stuff that they like? Where do they watch it? And then start to follow those people who are specialists in what you were trying to do. Books like this one here, it's great. Never lose a customer again. That applies to every single business. There's just good tips, tricks, and techniques in there on what you can do to actually amplify the customer experience. But know what your competitors are doing, know what the industry leaders are doing, and actually make sure that you follow and dedicate some time throughout your day and week to go and look at that stuff. Analyze the competitors. We spoke about this, but it's really important. Competitors are great because it's just free market research, right? There's a lot of people doing what I do. There's a lot of people who do what we do in our other business as well. So it's no crime to go and steal ideas because believe it, if you're doing a fantastic job in your business, they're going to come steal your ideas as well. They're like, what is he or she doing that's getting them all the business? Why did I just lose the business to that person? Go look at their website. Is it easier? Is it better? Is it a quicker call to action? Go look at their brand. Go look at their offering. Call their 1-300 number or their customer support team and see how they process that call. So you'll actually kind of find these little tips and tricks as you go along to work through this. You see strengths and weaknesses as well as you go through and look at the competition. One of the frameworks which I would suggest to go through this, it's kind of common, but let me break it down for you. It's called the SWOT analysis, SWOT. S is strengths, W is weaknesses, O is opportunities, and T is threats. So let's put this into something that maybe a lot of people listening to this will understand. You've got two businesses that work in the same industry. You've got Woolworths, you've got Aldi. Now, they are both in the supermarket game, but they are both running a very different model and both attracting a very different customer. And both, I'm sure you agree, do very, very well. So what they understand very clearly is who is the customer that we want to come through the doors. So Aldi's approach is that we are low cost, self-serve, convenient, basic. We take a lot of the cost out of our operation so that we can provide that savings back to you, which means you're going to have to pay for the trolley, you're going to have to pack it yourself, you're going to be buying branded things that you don't know what that brand is, but ultimately you don't care. I want a low cost, easy shopping experience. Now let's look at Woolworths. Brand, colors, store layout, quality of shelving, free fruit at the front for kids, comes with a high-end price tag. But people are looking at that going, well, hang on, I'm happy to go there and pay a bit more for that experience, for the quality of the product, for the confidence and reassurance that I'm going to get the service and support. And then obviously they're applying different things behind these like rewards and reward points and membership programs and all that stuff is really great as well. But I think know your course, know what your competitors are doing, go strong where you think they are weak, and also look at the threats and the opportunities. When we talk about opportunities, this is how we said before, do that research, know what's coming down the line. If I was in the painting business, I would be staying very much ahead of new product, new brushes, new rollers, new textures, new materials, because that is what is going to bring me the tools and I guess content I need to actually put in front of my customers to educate, inspire, and entertain them to go, we are the leaders in this. If you're looking for those new concrete textures, if you're looking to modify your kitchen into the modern age, we are the ones to come to. We have a quality team with a quality product, and we do this for free, and we provide that with follow-on service and support thereafter. So what we're going to do is really kind of bring all of this together, and you'll be able to get this from our website. So firedup.life. That's where we have our resources and guides, and you actually have a template here where you can download and tick off these market research steps that you need to take to bring this all together. Pricing as it relates to, well, what are you going to charge for what you're doing? It always changes, right? And it has to change. I'm sure you're all feeling the pinch at the moment with what the market is doing and the cost of living. My car insurance went up 48% last month on its renewal. I thought my insurance company was taking me to the punching ring to give me a roll round. But after we called all the other insurance companies, they're like, yep, 40%, 42% increase, 38% increase. And then came the home and contents insurance, and then came the rates, and everything is going up because everything is going up. You don't want to be left behind with this. You always want to be looking at your pricing, your structure, and your margins, because you have to price accordingly. The market has to be prepared to pay for that product because of the add-on, the value, the quality, the support. That's really what we're paying for there, is the reassurance. So make sure you're always looking at your competitor pricing and looking at your own pricing and figuring out, have we got this price right for the market, and how can we actually expand the amount of margin that spits behind it. In terms of marketing strategies and everything else, do not overthink this. The best place to start is literally with your phone. Get your face on the camera, get your team on the camera, get your product on the camera, talk about your services on the camera, and start pumping it out. Because recency and frequency, we're not looking for multi-million-dollar productions with drones and hip-hop stars and all that shit. Just get your information out there as quick as you can. Get it to your friends and family. Ask them, share it, push it, get it out there. Run polls and competitions. Let's start with polls. You can quickly build a Facebook page for free for your business and then get people to join. Why would they join? Because we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that. If you join our Facebook group and you do want painting services, just mention the Facebook group name and we'll give you 5% off the cost of doing so. You can apply that to any product. You need to get people in with an offering of something in return. Then you start pushing this content out and start asking them to share it. When you are ready to actually take your fundamental offering and plan and you understand your market and demographic, it's now about putting that. Here's what I would do. I would take that, I would put it into ChatGPT, and I would say, make me 3 30-second scripts, make me 3 30-second 30-word posts, and that will create it for me straight away. Now, to get the quality and to actually get this with, the music and the graphics and the transitions and everything else, I would take that and put it in one or two places. I would put it into a outsourced platform website. A couple of recommendations there are Fiverr.com, Fiverr.com, and there's also Upwork. So these are people scattered all over the world who are specialists in what they do, who will be paid per task or per project that you actually put in front of them. They turn the stuff around real quick. One of my coaching clients, their logo is great, their brand is great, and I said, you've got to get this animated. You've got to have to get something here that's a little bit more juicy and exciting when I see it on the socials. Put them in touch with Fiverr, put them in touch with the proper contact. 24 hours later, I've got this beautiful animated logo that now is on all of their content. So it is super easy. You just need to know where to go and how to go there. As it relates to polls and surveys and that type of thing, you've already got a Facebook group. You've got a Facebook account. Start there. Once you and Instagram, start there. Hey guys, quick question. Would you do this, this, or this? What's your preference between these three things? What price would you be prepared to pay for these three options? And just start getting that feedback and solutions there from the people that are going to be potentially buying your product or are happy to give you that information. When I started the Fired Up Facebook group, we had 15 or 20 members like in the first week. And I just said to them, I've got 3 episode ideas for next recording. Which one would you prefer? Is it A, B, or C? And they've got a strong response that people wanted to really understand Investing 101. So now we create the Investing 101 podcast. Now we put that out there. People get value from it. Great. What do you want next? Don't make the mistake of thinking you know what your customers want. You have to get your customers to tell you and Believe me, they will. Then it's about do and test. Do and test. You create the thing, you put it out there, ask them, did that meet your needs? What would be better? How can we improve on that? And that's just being, completely authentic and putting your options and offers out there. One of the points I want to just kind of push in here is in terms of, you need to evaluate the market demand. I think this is difficult to do before you've started the business, right? I think you actually need to get something up and running and get some customers in before you can start to evaluate this, because it's only through that process that you're actually going to be able to get the feedback and understand actually what that end-to-end process looks like and how it feels for you and them. So once you actually start on the journey, that's when you kind of always come back to this market research. You come back to the business plan, you come back to the financials and go, right, we're 30 days in now, let's reassess. Is the price right? Is the customer right? Is the avatar right? Is the product right? And you just keep tweaking as you go. So all of these guides and recommendations that I'm giving to you that you can get from the Fired Up group and from the Fired Up website is to actually start that process so you can move forward into the next step of start the test, start the business, start the poll, start asking the customer the questions, and then you come back and reassess time and time again. My other business, I've had it for 18 years. We don't just not evaluate the market anymore. We don't go and disregard our offering. We have to constantly look at those things and reassess it, because your customer can change. The market does change. So you constantly have to be ready to pivot and move as those things evolve. So A, you don't get left behind, and B, most people don't want to deal with the old school who's not prepared to make a difference or tact in a different area. I used to work in the accounting and finance business. How many accounting shops are down the road now where Fat Bob sits behind the counter trying to sell you $250 per hour to do your tax return? They're gone. They don't exist. People have had to move into a quicker, faster, technology has backed it up to make it simpler, where now we can actually manage a lot of that accounting stuff ourselves. And that's going to change quite a bit in the future as well. It's super important to look at the stuff and constantly reassess, because if you don't, you'll be left behind. Think about Kodak, who didn't move into the digital camera space. Think about Nokia, who said no one wants a big phone in their pocket that can actually go on the internet. Think about Blockbuster, who said people will always come into our shop and buy videos and DVDs and rent it out. All got left behind because they weren't actually foreseeing the future and adjusting to customer demand. Recent ones I can think of, I think Burrapeers is going broke at the moment as well, has gone broke. When I actually went and looked into that, you can actually go to a website now, buy your tires on the website. They will be delivered to your local tire fitter and you can get them to put it on. So it's changing, right? You don't go to the shop, buy your tires, have them put it on. You're buying your tires from a direct wholesaler, and now they just become the fitter. Our daughter needed glasses. We're paying a shit ton in healthcare. The glasses for her are $200. There's actually a company, which is a glasses distribution warehouse over in California. The glasses cost $3. All you have to do is go in there and put in the description stuff and it comes to you. So these businesses are going, hey, what is the new direction? People are going to get in their car, come to the shopping mall, find a car park, pay for their parking, walk through the food court and all the crap to go to Specsavers to try on 3 things with a bunch of other people. No, online, buy, delivered, done. Cost, convenience. So think about that, because it does change and you will get left behind if you don't. Last but not least, let's talk about your USP. It's your unique selling proposition. This is your promise to your customer. This is what you deliver without a doubt. I'll give you an example. Domino's Pizza, get it in 30 minutes or it's free. That really puts confidence in the people who are buying that product. Bunnings Warehouse, find it cheaper elsewhere, we'll knock off 10%. Start your business in 60 days or we'll give you money back. You need to be able to bring something in that says, this is what we do. This is our promise. We back ourselves with this statement. It is our unique selling product. This will make your grass green in 20 days or full refund. Your kids will learn this language in 6 months. Otherwise, we will continue to teach them for free. It just needs to give them that thing, which is basically you backing your product up and what it does. Let's just recap on this episode so you can get a whole holistic view on things. We understand that market research is essential. Again, I don't want you to overthink this, but just follow through these 10 points that we covered at the start of the episode. Go to our website and download the marketing research guide and template so you can tick these off. That would be backed up with a business plan. Again, this is free on our website. We're giving you guys the tools that you need to bring this stuff together. The business plan should have everything that you plan to take to the market and how you plan to do it, accompanied with your market research, accompanied with your financial plan, accompanied with how you're going to bring this out to people. You'll see in the next episode how we're actually going to, talk about building the brand and building the community and just how important that is. Make sure that you monitor and adapt continuously. Now, again, we're not talking about a lot of work here, but at the end of month 1, test and evaluate. Which ad did you put on social media that performs the best? Which one got the most likes and clicks? Which one got the most leads that people go, yeah, I like this. Give me a quote. I'm filling out the inquiry form. What is the feedback from your pricing? What is the feedback from your customers after you have completed the job? And continually monitor and adapt so you can actually adjust to market conditions. You don't want to end up being the Blockbuster or the Netflix or the Nokia or the Borough Peers because you haven't seen the opportunity ahead and you haven't listened to your customers. Stay tuned because in the next episode, we talk about bringing that brand to life and building the community so you can create a whole bunch of raving fans that will go and sell your product and service for you. We'll see you soon. Take care. If you've enjoyed this episode, then subscribe on YouTube or follow our podcast on your favorite platform. We drop a new episode every week. You'll be doing us a massive favor. If you know someone that would benefit from listening to this, then share it with them. You'll be doing them a massive favor. And if you want the tips, tools, and resources to support you on this journey, then join our exclusive Facebook community and follow our socials. You'll be doing yourself a massive favor.